Welcome back to the Colo-Colo Takeover here in Chile. I've added the kits. I told you they're nice. They are really nice now. Still waiting for mine. One day I'll be able to wear it on this and you'll all see why I decided to order it. But it is from that year, the 1991 season where they won the Copa Libertadores. So that's the reason why I'm really excited to wear it. Now, we've had a pre-season, we've had the start of the season, we've played 8 games in fact, and this is where the transfer window has closed, and that's why I've brought you back for this point. They gave me £2 and a bit million, but not a lot of wage budget, so once I started messing around with what I could possibly do, I think you're gonna really like the signing that I made. Now, we have got rid of a couple of players too, and one of them was a foreign player, which meant we activated another slot for a foreign player to join us. That's exactly what I did. I searched high and low for another Chilean player that could improve us. Couldn't really find any. So instead, I went to Brazil. I went to my favorite club in Brazil, in fact, Flamengo. That's only because I did a save with them a few years ago, okay? So all of you Brazilian fans who are from different nations or different clubs, don't be mad. Okay, maybe one day I'll fall in love with your club too. But Lazaro, I picked up from Flamengo, 20 years of age. I think he's amazing. I've used him in previous iterations of Football Manager and he's been class. He plays as a natural centre attacking midfielder. Could not, for the life of me, find a good striker. Like, even with looking at foreign players, obviously being in Chile, the reputation of Colo-Colo and the Chilean league itself, we might struggle to get the players that I want. For now, anyway, it's up to us to build that. But Lazaro is arguably one of the best players that we could potentially get, and obviously I know he has a good potential. He cost me in total £2.6 million. That is with some expenses spread across the games, or spread across different seasons in installments. However, I think it will be worth it because in 8 games so far, he has scored 4 goals and got 2 player of the matches, and I think that is incredible. We're going to start giving him some decent player traits like Speak the Offside Trap, I think is one that we're going to be working on, and we're probably going to start training him in like a shadow striker role or something like that because we're not going to change tactic. Nope. Mainly because we don't actually be able to find, we can't actually find a striker right now, and considering we won the league last year with this, be a little bit silly, wouldn't it? If we didn't get a striker and then we changed to a striker from a strikerless tactic to a striker one, despite winning the league, that's a little bit silly. So, we're going with this. Balados and Lazaro up top for as many games as we possibly can. Pavez in the ball-winning midfielder. Gonzalez, I'm giving him a bit of a promotion. And in fact, no, I did sign another player. God, you idiot, Luke. This was at the end of the season. Daniel Gonzalez, the first player I brought in, was Chilean as well. He's centre-back. And he's a very good centre-back for 550k that we got him from Santiago Wanderers. He played quite well last season. He's played even better here. A 7.54 for a 20-year-old. So I'm going to give him as much game time as possible so that he can develop and grow into the player that we hope he will be. But yeah, he's got everything that we need in this league especially, and I really like the player traits to try long-range passes. We might need to work on his passes if he wants to continue that. But yeah, Daniel is a quality Chilean centre-back that is going to work really well. So we're going to play him as much as possible. They're both suspended at the minute, which is quite ironic, isn't it? But this is what we're looking like. If we did go to what the assistant would suggest, and just see basically what we're looking at. So squad depth we can see here. We've got a lot of players in that centre attacking midfield and centre midfield role. The assistant wise, this is what he would play right now. So he'd actually play Santos and Balados on the right. Gil, Pizarro, Reyes in that ball in the midfielder. We're playing a little bit further ahead. But Daniel, he would play on the left. I'm playing him on the right. He is right-footed. Amor, who played in the game in the live comm in yesterday's episode, will be probably the first choice to play on that left there. He's Argentinian, 26 years of age. Today's video is sponsored by Spitch. Yes, it is the brand new to the market fantasy footballing app that I've been enjoying right now. Only for the UK and Ireland, however, and it is for 18s or over. You have to have a little bit of a picture of your ID, but once you've done that, come and have some fun, because I just want to show you this really quickly as well. I've done a community league. Guess who's top? Oh yes, that's my name, and I'm beating Dad. He's second place. All of these chumps underneath. There's 28 people in this league. So in the link down below where you can join Spitch, there's also going to be a secondary link. That is where you can join the league. However, it is not just one whole season, so I haven't been playing this since August, for instance. I've only been playing it the last 3 weeks, and yet there are still people who are joining up every single day that are going to catch us up, because it's not just a week-by-week thing. You can still win prizes up to £70,000 on a weekly basis. So if you do miss a week, you don't have to worry about it. Next week, you can carry on. Now, you create your own team, and every single week you might have a different team. There's no like transfers that you are limited to or anything like that, as long as you stick between the budget that you have, and you can do it for Premier League, Championship, there's Bundesliga, Champions League. Our league is the Premier League, but if you want us to open up a Bundesliga as one as well, if there's enough interest for that, we will do so. There's tons of statistical analysis on the app as well, so you don't have to leave the app to go to another one to find out more about it. And it's incredibly easy to register too, and it's for free. Although you win loads of money, you can win loads of money, and you can bet loads of money with it. Sign up is completely free with Spitch, and you can do that using my link down below the top of the description. Again, the community link is just below it. Join us. There's about 30 of you in there right now. I'm thoroughly enjoying beating all of you, even Dad, on a week-by-week basis through Spitch. Thank you very much for sponsoring the video. Now let's take a look at the schedule. So, how have we been doing so far? Let's take a look, because we have yet to take defeat. First off, we won in the Super Copa. That's fantastic. 2-0. We won 1-0. We drew 1-1 against the same team we beat in the Super Copa. Lazaro getting his first goal there. Santiago Wanderers, where Daniel came from. We beat them 4-0. Daniel scored. How hilarious. Universidad de Chile, 3-0 victory against them. 1-0 against Union La Calera even. Cobrasal, 2-0 victory against them. San Luis de Quillota, 2-0 victory there. We are doing very well on the road. It must be said, there's a few away games here that we're beating the other team without even conceding the goal. So I do think defensively, we probably have the best team in the league right now. Daniel's come in and really helped that. And then we go to the Copa Libertadores. Now, we played one extra league game there against La Serena. We beat them 1-0 at home. But here is what the results are like so far in the Copa Libertadores, because we've been given a very difficult group. We drew 2-2 with Racing from Argentina, a very good Argentinian club, we know that, and they scored in the 95th minute, and we were 2-0 up. I hate that. I absolutely hate that. I was gutted when that goal went in. 4-2 against Always Ready. They weren't ready for us, though. 4-2 victory there. In case you are wondering who they're from Bolivia. Bolivia have some fantastic team names, it must be said. So that is our group. We also have Palmeiras, which is going to be the most difficult team to face. They have won the Copa Libertadores very recently. So as things stand in our Copa Libertadores group, we are currently top with 4 points. Palmeiras, they've won one game against Racing. Racing have drew one, lost one, and Always Ready have won one against Palmeiras. How have they done that? I do not know. They beat them 3-0. Ridiculous. So this is what we're looking at. That's a massive result for us. It gives us a great opportunity to qualify. I think we're going to come back for the very last game in our group, which is against Racing at home. That's going to be an exciting game, because that is also a great opportunity to look at what we're going to do for the rest of the season, including the transfer window in the summer. So let's not waste any more time. I'll see you there. Okay, here we go. Right, we're no longer top, or near the top anyway. We're 5 points adrift of Católica, but I think we're doing okay. We have had a couple of injuries, by the way, which maybe we'll go over in a sec. But let's take a look at the schedule then, because it's been very rocky road since we last met after that 4-2 victory against Always Ready. A 3-4 loss there to Everton. Union Española, a 1-0 victory away from home. Again, our away form, really far superior. We lost, though, when we travelled to Palmeiras, when we went to Brazil. However, when they came to us, we picked up a victory. In between that, we picked up a draw there against Italiano. O'Higgins, a 3-4 loss at home. It's so disappointing, some of these results, because we should be beating these teams. Católica, though, a great result, drawing against them, considering they're still really strong. And Always Ready, 7-3 away from home when we travelled to Bolivia. It was very talented. Well, they're a very talented club, and yet we just 7 goals past them? Ridiculous. We're not even playing a striker. A 2-1 loss, though, away to Deportes Antofagasta. So, am I getting good at these names or what? Honestly, like I mentioned in the last episode, as long as you're nice and polite about it, I will try my best. But if you're going to be sarcastic about it, you're just going to get hidden. So today, we're going to play against Racing Club. How does it look like? Will we qualify? Well, we have qualified. That's fantastic. But of course, we want to top the group. That's the most important thing. So the fact that we have qualified is, I mean, that's amazing, isn't it? Like the clubs Flamengo and Peniente, we've done a rebuild with them recently. Mineiro, Internacional, Sao Paulo. There's a lot of Brazilian clubs. It seems like the Brazilian club has dominated every single group, unless you get to ours, where they are about to be knocked out. Okay, let's see how we do then, because recently we've been scoring a fair amount of goals, scored 7-4 in a game quite recently. Lazaro and Balades have got 7 and 8 goals between the two. On the right-hand side, I do like using Zavala. He has a little bit of pace about him. He's young as well, quite hungry. Leonardo Gil will go in the midfield there alongside Lorenzo Reyes. That's good. The inverted wingback, we don't have a lot of options. Cesar Fuertes or Jason Rojas is the guy that we've been using quite often there. I think he's quite talented there. Emiliano Amor goes in that left centre-back role. And on the left, we are reduced because of injury, or suspension, in fact, to Suazo, to use Opazo, who's not a bad left back compared to, obviously, he's got a strong left back and very strong right foot. So we're quite blessed with the fact that he can play on both sides. Quite a nifty little squad player that is. Now the rest, let's just quick pick so we can get the squad in, because we have quite a small team here. To be fair, we might have to look at signing on a couple of squad players, maybe just a couple of Chilean players that we can pick up. And I think it might be the case of, instead of, whereas this transfer window we splash quite a lot of cash on Lazaro, unless we can get that striker, we might have to get a few players who are Chilean who can register so that we can bulk out our squad a little bit, because we are looking quite sparse there, especially when we get a couple of injuries or suspensions at the same time. Of course, the last game, the first game that we played after the last time we seen you, we had like 2 suspensions. That's where we're going to be really struggling. But I do fancy our chances. Racing are a decent side. They've got a couple of really talented players, which we can see as soon as you look at here. You might recognise a couple from signing them in previous saves. Caceres, I've got a feeling, is quite a talented youngster that I've seen. And Dominguez is, of course, a very experienced centre-back. He's more of a ball player, though, which makes me think he's not destined to be a centre-back. He's more of a CDM, but naturally he plays centre-back. It's a weird one with that one, but I do fancy our chances. Let's see how we do. Okay, 25 minutes. We've only had 1 shot each. They're pushing us quite high at the pitch, but I don't think they're able to break us down, which, again, testament to our tactic. I think there's only been once or twice that we've actually conceded 3 or more in a game. One of them was a 7-4 win. But look at our breakaway, because we have about 7 players running through to their 4 defenders. Lazaro still got it. Plays it across to Zavala. It's a great goal. Let's go. Lazaro and Zavala switching positions there. It's very fluid, this tactic. You're going to see some beautiful goals like that. Lazaro does absolutely amazing down that right-hand side. Just pushes off Cardona and sees the opportunity to play in Zavala at the near post. It's a nice, easy little tap in for him. Almost inside the 6-yard box. It's incredible, really. It's a great goal. Literally, the only highlight of the half was us scoring that goal. I think there's a bit of a bug here because they're saying that we're both playing in white. We clearly aren't. Racing seem to be playing in their 3rd kit, which is like a dark blue. But yeah, all I can say is to keep going to this team, because they're really struggling to break us down. They've only had 2 shots. We've had 7, and they've had such little XG. Consider, if you look at their heat map, how high up they're pressed up the pitch. They're just not breaking us down. Our defence, although it might not look they're doing very well, they are playing incredibly well in regards to they're just not letting them through. We just got to keep that going, I guess, and then we've topped the group. Nice and easy. Okay, a few reactional changes just because we had an injury to our left back, Opazo, so we're going to take him off. But I've noticed as well, they've stuck a man in the hole in the centre attacking midfielder, and our ball winner, Pavez, had a yellow. Now, I don't want him to get another one and put us in a bit of a lurch. So Pizarro comes on, who's, again, just as capable when he does come on. He's played very well for us. He's only 19 years of age as well, so it's quite nice for him to get the game time. I also brought on Fuentes in that centre midfield for a little bit of legs, just because Leonardo Gil, although he's having the best game in our team, is struggling for fitness. So I'm thinking more legs in the midfield to carry us towards, and it does look like it might have started a highlight. Sometimes it does this weird little glitch where you just end up having a nothing highlight, but it does look like it is going to do something before we've even made the sub as well, because the Pazel's still on the pitch. I really hope that doesn't affect it. Gare with the ball. Caceres, the youngster, plays it in. I think he might be off, you know. What a save from Cortez. It doesn't matter. Put a flag up anyway. I don't care. Get in. What a save. 7.2 rating for Cortez. He's playing fantastic. He really should have scored. He really, really should have scored. But now's our opportunity to take advantage of that. Balados is still onside. Fuentes. He's broke into the box. He's pulled it back to Zaldiva. Balades, Pizarro. Okay, we're patient. I don't mind that, because now there's opportunities. This is where we catch them, because there's going to be a run. Zavala takes it out wide, cuts it back to Rojas. There it is, Caceres! No, it's not, it's Balados. Caceres is their player. It took over the name, I couldn't really see it. Balados in the shadow striker role. He always peels off wide, which is the reason why I put a shadow striker there. They move into the channels. It's perfect for that, because we're not playing anybody on the left. But there he is, peels away from his defender, slots it in, makes it comfortable. We're laughing, viewers, we're laughing. Free kick's been played in. Capetti has headed it. What a goal that is! Jesus, I was trying to have a little sip of my drink, but fair enough. I think it's been disallowed. That is such a tight offside. I don't think that's offside, in my opinion. The lines look a bit weird. It definitely looked like our defender was keeping him on, even with the lines. Well, with a minute to go, Lazaro takes a little quick free kick. We've got all our defenders back ready. Again, you just can't break us down when we're like this. We've kept another clean sheet by the looks of it, unless they catch us out here. Pizarro plays it to Reyes. Lazaro. There's a few runners. There's Fuentes. He shoots it in. It's 3. We've made Racing Club look terrible here. And yet they're not. They really are not. We've just been absolutely exceptional. This tactic does that to you. You can't break it down, but what you can do is create a lot of chances. Look how many men we just have peeling off here, ready and waiting for somebody to make a move. And there it is. He's peeled around the defender. No chance. There's an overload. What a strike that is. It's 3-0. The 28,000 people in the Colo-Colo Stadium are going mental right now. Unless you're part of Racing, I guess. Because we go through top of the Copa Libertadores group. And we've been given the draw already. The second round we play against River Plate, another Argentinian club who are absolutely amazing. River are very disgustingly good on this game. Quarterfinals, if we did go through, we play Athletic Mineiro or Deportivo Cali of Colombia. And semi-finals, there's no point even looking at that point yet. But it would be Club Nacional, Emelec, or Independiente de Valle. So, we just got to get there, I guess. We've got the hardest part of the draw, I'd imagine, because right now, we have River Plate and Mineiro in our side of it. We have avoided Sao Paulo and Flamengo, I guess. Always ready from our group, qualified. So, Bolivia, the Bolivian club, qualified, and the Brazilian Palmeiras out. That's impressive. That is mighty impressive. Did they go and win that game then? Surely did they not beat them again? They beat them again. Across 2 legs, they beat Palmeiras 5-0. Palmeiras could not score against Always Ready, which is baffling, really. I mean, this is their key player. He's good, but he's not amazing, is he? The club from Bolivia defeating Palmeiras, who, like I mentioned before, have recently won a Copa Libertadores. And in real life, they won it again. They won a 2021 one as well. Impressive. You gotta say it's mighty, mighty impressive. Right, okay. I'll bring you back towards the end of the season, and let's see how we do. Right, we are here, the 9th of August. There's a few things that we need to cover. Now, I have made all of the signings because this is a restricted transfer window, so you can only make 3 signings. I'm going to sell anybody else, and I've made 3 signings, so I'm calling this transfer window closed from my eyes. So we're going to carry on as we would and simulate from this point. The Copa Libertadores. Unfortunately, we were knocked out of the Copa Libertadores in a very, well, I say unfortunate, we lost 2-0 in the first leg, which obviously is not great, and we had 2 players sent off, meaning that in the return leg, to give ourselves the best hope, we had a lot of players suspended because I think a 3rd person picked up enough yellow cards because we had a lot. I think it was Opazo, to be fair. Was he playing in that second game? He wasn't, yeah. So Opazo was also suspended, which meant that we could not use him. So 3 players of our first team suspended for that second leg when we had the best opportunity to try and bring some back against River Plate. It didn't happen. We We lost 1-0 at home, 3-0 on aggregate. It's our first year in Copa Libertadores. It's not going to be our last, for sure. So you can see the other results here. We've had some bad ones, especially in the Cup. We were knocked out on penalties after 2-1 across both legs. And then we went on this weird phase where we just started drawing against teams we shouldn't have and just not scoring enough goals. 1-0 there against Santiago Wanderers, getting a penalty, saving us really. A 3-0 victory though, away from home. This is where it's starting to kick on a little bit now, and I'm happy with that. But then back to a 1-1 draw against Union. 3-0 against Cobresal, again, away from home. Leonardo, Gil, Opazo and Balados. And that is where we leave ourselves right now. However, we had a little bit of money to spend and we've had some players leaving. It means that our squad is looking rather thin and we might have to deal with that a lot more in the next transfer window. So we've brought in Lazaro. Secondary, we had a free transfer come in at the start of the transfer window, Eduard Lopez. Now he's not amazing technically, but what he does have is fantastic physicals and mental attributes for this level, and he's 27 years of age, so he's in the prime of his career. We picked him up because he just literally left the Colombian club there. We gave him a contract. It was a nice little cheap one. I'm happy to bring him in. Now there's a few names that you might recognize here. I'm going to start off with this guy. We spent a little bit of money, £3.4 million in total throughout the season. Matthias Cavalieri. He is Chilean. He is playing on both wings. We're going to try and train him in that centre attacking midfield role as well, just so he can cover all three. I like his player traits. I like the fact we got him really cheap, and I like the fact he is Chilean and not that much wage budget either, like £600 per week. Yes, please, that's fine with me. So he joins the club, but then two signings that I think you will both recognise. Let's start off. Yerson Chacon. I spoke about this guy in a previous Wonderkid video because I think he has 160 potential range. And he is fantastic. 19 years of age, from Venezuela. He plays on both wings or he plays up top, but he doesn't quite have the attributes to play up top. So we're still not doing that. We're still not playing with a striker. Great physicals, fantastic technicals, mentals are there as well. Finally though, Victor Bobson is a centre midfielder. He's grown up a little bit since I last seen him, which is weird because I remember like signing him a couple of years ago. He did not look that grown up, and I don't think he had the neck tattoos. So here he is anyway. So we have a great centre defensive midfielder here who is good ball winner, but also decent on the ball. Good enough mentals, the physicals, a lot of 11s, which makes it look a lot better than what it is, I guess, because 11s aren't the greatest, are they? But 22 years of age, he still, I'm thinking, has a little bit left in his potential, because I've seen him far greater than this, and surely he doesn't have a potential range. I'm sure he will have a fixed potential in the game. And only at the age of 22, there's still time to pull that back. We did pick him up from Gremio. 450k, it's quite expensive, but he's played one game so far. He hasn't been playing a lot for Gremio at all. He was delighted to join us. 5.5 grand per week. It's quite expensive. He's one of the highest players on our roster now, but fairly professional personality, some decent player traits as well. Dictates the tempo, tries long range passes. I like that type of stuff. Remember, I did a video on player traits. Those were mentioned. So we stick as it is. We now take out the ball winning midfielder and we simulate towards the end of the season with Lazaro, with Gonzalez and Cortez. Remember, by the way, I said about I promoted Gonzalez and then I realized, oh no, I actually signed him. It is literally because I promoted Daniel Gutierrez, not Daniel Gonzalez. I promoted Daniel Gutierrez up. So I just got myself confused and my wires twisted there. Those are different and they're going to be very difficult to try and see at a glance which one's which. I just need to remember what the good one's Gonzalez, the younger one's Gutierrez. That's all I need to think about. Anyway, let's go towards the end of the season. Right, we're here. The last game has been played, 30 games in total, and we find ourselves 6 points adrift. That's fairly disappointing in my eyes, considering we won the league last year. We had a better goal difference. Defensively, I don't think we were as good as what we was last season. But okay, Católica retain after a season off the championship. We are somewhat adrift though, 4 points even behind Union La Calera. A team that we actually signed a player from. We did lose and draw a couple of games towards the end of the season, which is obviously disappointing. It's a weird one, right? We scored the second highest goals, but we did, again, concede the fewest. And I mentioned it, we did actually have the most clean sheets and concede the fewest. Just scoring some, isn't it? Just scoring some. But again, we can't find a striker right now. So, competitions-wise then, obviously, we were knocked out of Libertadores. We were knocked out of the Chile Cup. Finishing in third place is not bad. In all honesty, it isn't that bad. Considering we won it last year, it isn't that bad. Goals-wise, we had 14 from Balados. Lazaro had 13 and Leonardo Gil had 10. That's what's worrying me right now, is that we cannot get a goal scorer. Lazaro would be perfect if he could start scoring a little bit more than just the 13 in 40 games. And he has the attributes for it, really. And I'm still trying to train him. He's failed. He's failed to beat the offside trap, which is worrying, which will help him score so many more goals. I'm going to have to think of something different for Lazaro, and if that's the case. Transfer kitty-wise, £4 million. Come on, that's good. That's good. And we have some players who will be joining us at the end of the season too. Christian Cuaves, another Chilean left back, which I think will add a lot to us. Victor Palacios, who is a Peruvian goalkeeper who my scouts came to me, just didn't have a club, so we're going to sign him on a free transfer too. But yeah, slightly disappointing. We need a big summer now, or winter, I guess. We need a big winter transfer window. We need to claw back the title, because that's not good enough in my eyes. After winning last season, we need a striker big time, because we can see here 15s is the top goal scorer. A guy getting 20 goals a season is going to take us from scraping third, some way off first, to dominating this league, and possibly doing better in the Copa Libertadores. So that is my big aim for the transfer window and for tomorrow's video. So I'll see you then. Have a fantastic time, whatever you're doing tonight. And of course, check out Spitch. So come see if you can beat me, because right now, I'm feeling very cocky. I'm the king. Even my dad can't beat me. And he always used to beat me. Fantasy football. So come on, have a go. If you think you're hard enough. Like, that's the song, isn't it? Come on, have a go if you think you're hard enough. See you soon. Bye-bye.